Gunners fan, welcome back to the channel. Arsenal wrapped up their final training session at the Soba Realty Training Centre on Saturday afternoon, as preparations intensified ahead of Sunday's Premier League clash with Crystal Palace at the Emirates Stadium. The Gunners are in high spirits after a dominant run of form, having secured 6 consecutive victories across all competitions and sitting proudly at the top of the league table with 19 points from their opening 8 matches. The atmosphere at training was upbeat and focused, with Mikel Arteta putting his squad through sharp tactical drills and ball retention exercises. The session emphasized pressing, quick transitions, and composure in the final third, all key elements of Arsenal's playing identity this season. Despite their busy schedule, the players displayed great energy and concentration as they fine-tuned their movements ahead of Sunday's London derby. However, one concern for Arteta remains the fitness of Gabriel Magalhaes. The Brazilian defender sustained an issue during Tuesday's win against Atletico Madrid and has not been able to fully train this week. Arteta confirmed that the club will continue to monitor him closely before deciding whether he can feature against Palace. His absence could prompt a reshuffle in the defensive setup, depending on his recovery in the next 24 hours. Elsewhere, the likes of Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus and Noni Madueke are still working individually as they continue their respective rehabilitation programs. Arteta provided a positive update on their progress, explaining that all are progressing really well and have started light training activities, though none are expected to be available in the next week. Their return will be a major boost for the Gunners as the fixtures continue to come thick and fast. During the final session, midfield focus was once again on balance and movement, with Declan Rice central to that. The England international looked sharp and composed, controlling the tempo and linking play effectively during small-sided drills. Earlier this week, Rice suggested that his role had slightly changed this season, but Arteta clarified that his position has merely evolved, emphasizing the midfielder's growing influence in both defensive and attacking transitions. Another key highlight of the session was Emirates EZE's presence and determination ahead of facing his former club for the first time since his summer move from Crystal Palace. The midfielder trained with high intensity, looking motivated and ready for what will be an emotional reunion at the Emirates. Arteta acknowledged that it will be a special occasion for EZE, but reminded his players to keep the team's focus sharp as they aim to secure a 7th straight win. The training concluded with set-piece drills and finishing exercises under the watchful eye of the coaching staff. The group appeared confident and united, with the competitive energy flowing throughout the session. Arteta's side are fully aware of the challenge Crystal Palace pose, but with spirits high and preparations complete, Arsenal look ready to continue their impressive momentum. As the countdown to kickoff begins, all attention now turns to whether Gabriel will recover in time, and if Arsenal can maintain their top form with another statement performance in front of their home fans. Additionally, the Gunners head into the match in fine form, having won 6 consecutive games across all competitions, including impressive victories over Port Vale, Newcastle, Olympiacos, West Ham, Fulham, and Atletico Madrid. Sitting at the top of the Premier League table with 19 points from their opening 8 matches, Arsenal are aiming to continue their momentum with a 7th straight win. Speaking to the media during his pre-match press conference, Arteta discussed several key topics, from the latest injury concerns to Declan Rice's evolving role and Emirates EZE's emotional reunion with his former club. The Arsenal boss confirmed that Gabriel Magalhaes is a doubt for the weekend after picking up an issue during Tuesday's win over Atletico Madrid. Not much. Obviously, Big Gabby had to leave the pitch with an issue and he hasn't been able to train yet. So let's see how he evolves in the next 24 hours, whether he's available or not for the weekend, Arteta revealed. Arteta also provided updates on other absentees, including Noni Madueke, Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz, and Gabriel Jesus. They are all progressing really well, he said. They are all starting to do certain activities. They are all super willing to be available as quick as possible, but at the moment, none of them are yet in contention in the next week or so. One of the most discussed topics of the press conference was Declan Rice's recent comments about his position at Arsenal. The midfielder had suggested that his role had changed this season, giving him more freedom both to drop deeper and to get into the box. Arteta, however, offered a different perspective on the matter. Again, I heard some quotes he made that this season his position has changed a little bit, and I disagree with that, the Spaniard explained. His position has evolved. A player who can bring something else to a team. He has been instrumental in our improvement in that part of the game. Another emotional storyline ahead of Sunday's clash involves Arsenal midfielder Emirates EZE, who will face his former club Crystal Palace for the first time since his £67.5 million summer transfer to the Emirates. The 27-year-old enjoyed 5 productive years at Selhurst Park, scoring 40 goals in 169 appearances before making the move to North London. When asked how EZE was feeling ahead of the reunion, Arteta acknowledged the emotional side of the occasion. "It's a big game for us, and last season we dropped some points. The focus is on that. It will be a very special match, but the focus is on the team," he said. Arteta also reflected on what it's like to face a former club, admitting that such moments come with extra motivation. "There is something in your tummy, obviously. There is history. There are a lot of emotions. There are very close relationships," he added. "In my opinion, once you step in there and you go with that mindset, you have even more will to win. Because as well, you have made that decision here to be successful and to achieve something else in your career. I'm sure EZE will be ready for that. With Arsenal flying high at the top of the table and several key players edging closer to full fitness, Sunday's match presents another important opportunity to extend their winning run and reinforce their title ambitions. All eyes will be on whether Gabriel recovers in time and how EZE handles his emotional reunion against his former teammates at the Emirates. Additionally,